So hello guys, and welcome to another video, and Mario Day will be happening tomorrow, and as Pioro hinted, there will be some new trailers dropping for some games that we know about, and on top of that, we're also going to get some news for LEGO Mario, so I kind of wanted to discuss how this could play out, and what we could expect to see from these new trailers, but yeah. So the first thing I've been wondering over the past couple days is how they'll announce this new info, because they could do a couple things. Like, they could either do Twitter drops, where they just drop the trailers, or do a Mario Direct, where they have like a pre-recorded kind of stream that they play on Mario Day, or just kind of straight up post the video, like they did with the Partner Showcase, or the Mario 35th Anniversary Direct. They might do it like that. I'm thinking, like, it would make a lot of sense if they did do some kind of director presentation, since they are gonna reveal info on both Thousand Year Door and Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, so I do think it would make sense if they had some kind of direct, but Twitter drops also would make sense as well, like, even if they would be kind of random. But yeah, going into the Thousand Year Door info, I am really excited about this game, and I have been waiting so long for a new trailer. And when it drops, I am gonna be really hyped about it. Hopefully it's released at a time where I'll be able to make some content about it, because I'll be in Washington, D.C. at the time, so I'm gonna be pretty busy at some parts of the day, but hopefully it gets revealed like early in the morning or something. So yeah, Thousand Year Door, I hope it gets new content. I mean, I won't be disappointed if it doesn't have significant new content, because the game already looks absolutely amazing as a remake being made from the ground up. Kind of a similar kind of thing to Super Mario RPG. I mean, even though it is like very faithful to Thousand Year Door, it still feels much more like a modern game. It kind of has a bit more of a papercraft aesthetic to it, a bit similar to the modern Paper Mario games, but it does still have that visual charm that the older Paper Mario games had, with its character designs, the gradients and shading, like, all of the original characters and everything. It still has that charm from the original games. So even if there isn't significant new content, I still feel like this is gonna be a very good remake from what we've seen so far. But if there is new content, I hope we get something either like an epilogue or like a Luigi side mode. And I even had the idea with like a story surrounding the four heroes, like 1,000 years before the events of Thousand Year Door. Kind of a similar thing to like Torna with Xenoblade 2, or Future Redeemed with Xenoblade 3. It's kind of a similar concept to that, like with a story that takes place like long before the events of the actual game. But that would be pretty interesting. And another thing I feel like we should expect to see is the release date. I'm predicting late May, because Endless Ocean comes out earlier in May, but I don't think that's going to conflict with another game's release, because that is a $50 release with Endless Ocean. So if it's at the end of May, like around Memorial Day, around that time, I think that kind of makes sense. And I feel like there's a couple other possibilities for when this could release. Like, it could release in late April. I mean, that does seem a bit close, but we are still at the beginning of March, and that's still like nearly 2 months away, and we do have like 2 minutes of footage already, so I don't think it would be too crazy if we get like a release date for that time. So yeah, I don't think like it's gonna be too far from now. Maybe June as well. I think June is another possibility, but we'll have to see. And then I'm also expecting to see some new promotional renders and the box art. That's going to be amazing to see, because I love the promotional renders from the Paper Mario series. But moving on to Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, I am still not used to saying that name. Like, I was so used to saying Dark Moon for a decade, over a decade now, since I played it since it released, but yeah, it's kind of weird saying it like that, but it does kind of make sense. So yeah, I expect to see some new content here, because it is going to be a $60 release, as kind of hinted by the GameStop listing. So I hope there's some new content to justify that. Maybe like a new mansion that you unlock like after you finish the game. I think that would be pretty cool, like an extra like challenge. But it has like some new ghost types and different things like that. I think that would be really cool. And I'm also expecting to see much better looking visuals than what we saw before. Usually when we have a game made by Next Level, it looks rough when they first announce it, but closer to release, it looks much more polished. So that's kind of what I'm expecting to see with this game. Like, we are, like, getting, like, fairly close to release, like, 3 or 4 months away. So I'm expecting to see, like, some much more polished footage here. Like, it might even look like... It might even be the point where people start to call it a remake rather than a remaster. So we'll have to see. And I'm also expecting to see Luigi co-op, because that's something that they implemented with the Luigi's Mansion remake on the 3DS, and then it was obviously also a thing on Luigi's Mansion 3. So Luigi, I feel like he's gonna show up somewhere, because he's basically been in every Luigi's Mansion style release over the past, like, 6 years now. So, yeah. And then also a release date. I'm expecting either mid-June or sometime in July. I think that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, moving on to Lego Mario, I kind of wanted to discuss that a little bit, since I think Lego Mario is pretty cool. I've still been getting some of the sets. I recently got the Bowser's Muscle Car set, which is a reference to the first boss in Mario 3D World. But they hinted at, or they, like, basically did a teaser for, like, a Lego Mario presentation. And in that that teaser for that presentation, they kind of, like, hinted at, like, a villain. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be Wario and Waluigi. I think that would make a lot of sense. I'm not sure if they're going to do, like actual, like, Wario and Waluigi ones that you play with, like, starter packs. They might just, like, have them as, like, just other characters or enemies that you have to defeat, but it would be really cool to see them regardless. And another idea that I had, which is, like, very unlikely, is the fact that they might do, like, Mario Wonder theme sets, or also Mario RPG or Thousand Year Door theme sets. I know that's a crazy idea, but, like, the fact that they're releasing so many Mario games, and the fact that they're continuing the LEGO Mario line, which already has covered so much of the Mario universe, it kind of makes sense to do, like, some sort of, like, tie-ins with some of the recent Mario games releasing. I think that would be really cool if they did something like that, but it is pretty unlikely. Imagine if they do Odyssey sets. That would be amazing as well. But yeah, I'm expecting probably, like, Wario and Waluigi sets, because that would be amazing. But moving on, so since there's a possibility of a Mario Day Direct, and the fact that Nintendo has been counting down to Mario Day, like, since, like, nearly a week before, I think there's a possibility, like, a small possibility, that we could get a new announcement here. Considering the fact that the Switch 2 might not release until 2025, I feel like that's almost, like, kind of, mostly kind of confirmed at this point. Not confirmed, obviously, but, like, kind of, like, implied that it's gonna happen in 2025. I'm not an industry insider, but if there's not gonna be a new Nintendo console this year, I have a feeling that we could get, like, a new reveal for, like, a Mario game or something somewhat significant, since it would make sense to have something, like, in the latter half of the year. So I'm expecting something like a new Mario Party game, or like a Mario sports game, like Mario Baseball. I think Mario Party is the most likely, since Mario Party is, like, it's been having a consistent schedule with, like, one game every 3 years. Like, ND Cube has been keeping up with it. So I think it would make a lot of sense. And when they do it, I really hope they keep the Hudson Soft formula that they brought back. A little bit in Super, but fully in Mario Party Superstars. I think that would be a huge missed opportunity if they didn't. And that, it would be pretty disappointing. But, like, the last couple of games, I feel like they are gonna stick with that now, because, like, they've tried so many ideas, but the one that finally stuck was the classic Mario Party formula, so I think they're gonna do that. But introduce, like, a new gimmick that doesn't, like, conflict with that style. But kind of like how the day-night mechanic worked in Mario Party 6. I feel like they could possibly handle it like that. So, yeah, I have confidence that ND Cube will make a good Mario Party game. I just really hope that it will keep that formula. And then a Mario sports game, I don't know. Like, there's a slight chance, but I don't know if Nintendo's gonna do the same pseudo live service approach that they did with Mario Golf, Mario Tennis, and Mario Strikers. It would be disappointing if they did, but like I really hope it turns out to be decent if it does happen. And then there's also the possibility of Mario Wonder DLC. This is also pretty unlikely, but it would be nice to see. I mean, New Super Mario Bros. U did have DLC, like, way back when it came out. Well, a year after it came out with Luigi U. So we could possibly see something with Mario Wonder. And also New Super Mario Bros. 2 had DLC as well. So, I don't know. I mean, I know those came out a decade ago, but, like, those were, like, the last 2D Mario games before Wonder, and those did get DLC. So, we'll have to see. Mario Maker also got updates as well. So, I mean, maybe something will happen with Mario Wonder. We'll see. But, anyways, those are my predictions for the things that might happen on Mario Day. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and make sure to check out my Discord server and Twitter if you want to. Goodbye.